Ladies and gentlemen, share this segment everywhere or with anyone who wants to learn more about the Durham probe, special counsel, the Michael Sussman trial. From a political perspective, John Durham has already won a major victory over the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Already, according to CNN, testimony from ex-FBI official bolsters Durham's case against Clinton campaign lawyer. When you're getting, and this is the latest article on the Durham probe on CNN, when you're getting CNN saying, okay, Durham's case against Sussman is bolstered because James Baker, the man he met, testified, the Bureau, the top attorney at the Bureau, James Comey's legal counsel at the Bureau, is testifying against an attorney hired by the Clinton campaign and the Democratic Party to funnel derogatory, absurd opposition research that was they knowingly, with intent, decided that they were going to funnel this research into the government agency and get government officials to investigate Trump. Based on information that was completely fabricated or quote-unquote user-created. And they knew the information was false. This is why Sussman lied to begin with. Had he simply told the truth, the lawyer at the Bureau would say, you know what? You're telling me that you're giving me information that's derogatory to Trump that you've completely fabricated. No, I don't want to be on record as texting you. Say, sure, come on in. Let's meet so you can give me this information that we know isn't true so we can investigate Trump. So Sussman told a lie. He texted James Baker. So Sussman billed the Clinton campaign, texted James Baker at the Bureau, I'm coming on my own, not on behalf of a client. He was billing the Clinton campaign. They were paying him. By the way, that's where your donations go if you donate to Bernie Sanders, the Democratic Party. But anyway, he now has the defense making the case, the political case, if not the legal justification or the legal case, the political argument for the Durham probe special counsel. If you are arguing, ladies and gentlemen, if you're the defense, Sussman's defense, and you're saying the Federal Bureau of Investigation knew that the Clinton campaign was giving them information just so they can investigate Clinton's direct political rival, and they had no problem with it at all. That's 18 U.S. Code 371. By the way, Democrats would never stand for this. They would never stand for this. Could you imagine if Trump or Rudy Giuliani or anyone associated with Trump funneled a dossier about President Mashed Potato Brains or Madam Secretary? And there would be indignation throughout the ever-expanding universe. By the way, hit subscribe to this channel. We're almost at 200,000 subs, people. This is an important segment. I'm going to give you the political victory here over the Federal Bureau of Investigation and the justification for the Durham probe special counsel, whether or not Sussman gets convicted, and I believe he will. But I'm just giving the caveat that, you know what? There are two or three jurors, and it's DC, but I do believe he's going to get convicted. It's obvious that he's going to get convicted. But anyway, hit subscribe to this channel. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a very, very important segment on the Bitcoin crash to 10,000 or lower channel. If you know anyone who's invested in crypto or Bitcoin, please go ahead and share that segment. It's below in the pinned comment, and it's also below in the description section. Please go ahead and share that segment everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. You're looking at the greatest loss of wealth since 2008. And I explain, and I have been correct, unfortunately. Did I not tell everybody? Did I not stress and obsess over the stock market crash in October, go to the stock market crash channel also. So hit subscribe to the Bitcoin crash to 10,000 or lower channel, because it's going to crash to 10,000 or lower. It doesn't matter if it goes back up to 60 or 50, it'll go back down and break 10,000, unfortunately. And I respect people who invest in crypto. Subscribe to the stock market crash channel. I accurately predicted that, ladies and gentlemen. It's not about predictions, because I haven't been right about everything, but I've been right about most things. Grandiose things. Clinton losing to Trump. I was one of the few people saying that. In the Hill, the Huffington Post Salon, I was saying, she ain't going to win. Trump's going to defeat Clinton. And it happened. And I said there was going to be a stock market crash. Go to the first segment in September on the stock market crash channel. And now I'm saying Bitcoin and crypto, my God, it is going to cause an even greater stock market crash. Or either the stock market crash that we're seeing we'll get, unfortunately, the 2,000 to 5,000 point a drop in one day or two in the traditional markets, which will exacerbate the crypto crash, or vice versa. The crypto Tether is like, that entity makes what Bernie Madoff was doing look legitimate. But when that world implodes, the entire financial system is going to have a tremendous collapse or shock. But anyway, hit subscribe to those two channels, the stock market crash channel, Bitcoin crash to 10,000 or lower channel. My latest on both the stock market crash channel and especially the Bitcoin crash channel. Please support this channel if you like my work via Patreon. That link is below in the pinned comment. Read my article in the Federalist last October predicting all of this. If you want to become a member, please do so. We have a great community on this channel, and also share this segment with anyone who might enjoy it. I'm sorry I've taken this so long, but it's like I'm trying to build 3 channels, and I've been accurate, unfortunately, on what's been taking place. It's going to get a lot worse, people. We have a formula shortage, but inflation through the roof. We have interest rates going up while we have an economic downturn and a recession. Does that make sense to you? Does that make any sense to you? From the same people who try to set up and frame Trump, the Durham probe special counsel is unraveling all of that, which is, I wrote about that in the 2019 in the Federalist, the Durham probe special counsel. Rush Limbaugh shared one of my articles twice on his show in two consecutive days. From the same people, the adults in the room, they ended economic activity 2 years ago, opened up a Pandora's box of problems, and we're seeing that now with skyrocketing inflation, interest rates going up, because they pumped $10 trillion into the economy. They were wrong literally about almost everything they were wrong about. Then they blamed Trump, and more people lost their lives under President Mashed Potato Brains his first year. But anyway, Sussman might actually testify, which would be unbelievably interesting. The defense lawyers also said Sussman hasn't decided whether he'll testify in his own defense. He's probably going to testify if he feels that the Durham prosecutors, the Durham probe special counsel prosecutors, are gaining momentum. Now, the worst thing that he could ever do is testify, because he did lie. The problem, however, is that what I'm saying is that he's politically, the Durham probe special counsels won a victory over Comey, Strzok, McCabe, Kleinsmith, and others because they knowingly met with, Michael Sussman is telling the truth. Okay? He's telling the truth. He's not lying, actually. Now, the Durham probe special counsel is also telling the truth. The only person who really lied almost certainly was Mark Elias, by omission, numerous times. But Sussman is actually telling the truth. Yes, he did go there to set up and frame Trump. Yeah. And it really doesn't matter because James Baker knew. James Baker's probably lying by omission also, even though he helped the Durham probe, or he's testifying against Sussman. You have Mark Elias and James Baker testifying against Sussman. You have the Clinton campaign and the Bureau testifying against an attorney who was basically working with the Clinton campaign and the Bureau to undermine and set up and frame Trump. That's American politics for you. And if you've lasted this long, ladies and gentlemen, sorry for the 2-3 minutes pumping the 3 channels when I'm trying to grow those channels. See, I'm not part of a 4 million sub, 20 million venture capital monstrosity. It's just me and you, the most amazing viewers on YouTube. I have the best community here, the best members. Just awesome. My live streams are amazing. I'll probably have either a live stream tonight. I'm going to have a live stream tonight or tomorrow night. I'm not sure. But be here for the live stream later this evening. But Michael Sussman is telling the truth. This is important to understand. He's telling the truth in that he knew that James Baker knew, and it was only a formality, him texting. It's kind of like, it's kind of like the security guard at a bank letting the bank robber into the safe and telling the bank robber, now you are not going to steal any money, are you? And the bank robber saying, no, not at all. And them opening and then engaging in the theft. They know these were formalities that they had to engage in because that's the way DC and governments and bureaucracies operate. Bureaucracies are not efficient. They're efficient, but they're also very inefficient in that you can have duplicitous, disingenuous, criminal or unlawful activity take place simply by following protocol. If you follow the protocol, if you're a good actor, you can then get away with anything. You see it with Alec Baldwin. During the police interview, when he's told that the cinematographer does not make it, you see his reaction after he's happy and go lucky throughout the whole, basically throughout much of the interview. And how he couldn't have known when everyone else around knew it was beyond serious. It was the most tragic. You can go watch the last minute. I could be wrong about the reaction, but it's like he's an actor. Then he went ahead and said the police told him he couldn't speak about it. Then he spoke about it with George Stephanopoulos. Oh my God, he actually blamed the person whose life he accidentally ended. Without the armor in the church, and that was the main thing. Without the armor there. But see, again, he was acting. He didn't. He's throughout the whole thing. Oh my God, I can't believe it. It was just 1 in a trillion chance. Well, you didn't follow hardly any safety protocols. Or you didn't follow the majority of safety protocols, or the most important ones, especially having the armor in the church. So what I'm trying to say is that these people are acting now. The political case has already been won by Durham. You're getting bureau officials to state that they didn't know that Michael Sussman was feeding them lies about servers and Trump, only to take the emphasis away from Clinton's top secret intelligence on private servers. I mean, how they got there, who knows? That's a criminal act right there. Major criminal act. But Comey wasn't smart enough, or the fix was obviously, and it was a cover-up, but Comey wasn't smart enough to know there was intent there. But again, I want a Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump 2024 or Clinton DeSantis 2024. So there's certain contradictions you might think in my viewpoint, but actually there isn't. There's a perfect line between understanding that Clinton had top secret intelligence on private servers and wanting a rematch with Clinton or Trump or Clinton and DeSantis. For a number of reasons. I was the biggest Bernie Sanders booster on the internet, according to the Huffington Post. My writing was shared and read hundreds of thousands of times in the Hill, the Huffington Post salon, and I was the unofficial scribe of Sanders' most hardcore voters, according to the Washington Post. You might say, well, why on earth? How did you go to Trump? Well, I want a candidate opposed by the Lincoln Project and who opposes the Lincoln Project, that type of foreign policy, and I want a great economy. Look at your life now if you've lasted this long and you're a wonderful, morally superior liberal Democrat. Look at your life. Is it better? Skyrocketing inflation, negative GDP, interest rates going up as the GDP is negative. Are you kidding me? Geopolitical nightmare. that Democrats are using to blame for everything that was actually getting worse long before the nightmare. But this trial, whatever happens, obviously the conviction would be better than a hung jury, or they're not going to do it. The judge is not going to issue a mistrial. But the point is, ladies and gentlemen, whatever takes place, the political victory has already been achieved. What John Durham has done is ensure that the world knows that the defense has made a clear-cut case that government officials knowingly accepted information from the Democratic Party to set up and frame Trump. This nonsense from Mark Elias and others, we were under assault by a hostile foreign country. Well, what did they do? They informed the world that Bernie Sanders was cheated, thus forcing Debbie Wasserman Schultz to resign. Oh, that's another country's fault? Excuse me? No. And then he's a decent person. This is Elias on the witness stand. A decent person would have condemned it. Oh, yeah, like the Democrats would condemn any country that released emails derogatory to Trump, but first of all, nobody was even indicted or charged in a court of law for conspiring alongside intelligence officials of that country. So, obviously, that's nonsense. If it's a concerted effort by another country and you indict intelligence officials, where are the Americans within Trump's campaign or within Facebook, since the Facebook ads were so crucial to the in 2016? Why wasn't there any American indicted alongside the intelligence officials? Oh, okay. Maybe it has to do with DNC servers not being given to the government. The whole thing was the most absurd lie and hoax of all time. Because if you don't realize that they cheated their own candidate, that they don't even have a functioning primary, and that we learned about that from emails that everyone else published, so Julian Assange should be free. I mean, if CNN publishes the DNC emails, but Assange is in prison, there's a huge problem here. A huge problem. And if you think that it's the plot of the Kremlin to inform us that Debbie Wasserman Schultz was cheating Bernie Sanders, you know nothing about democracy. What you should be focused on is Democrats in two consecutive primaries or two consecutive seasons where, presidential contests where Bernie Sanders, two Democratic primaries, where Bernie Sanders coincidentally lost, oh my goodness, in Iowa 2 years ago again. Oh gosh, what a coincidence. That's bizarre. How did that happen? Oh, an app from the Clinton campaign. And Elizabeth Warren running to cut Bernie's movement into two, which essentially was a gigantic bowel movement. But anyway, thanks a lot, Elizabeth. Hit subscribe to this channel right now. The longer this trial goes, the better it is for future indictments pertaining to 18 U.S. Code 371. Please go ahead, subscribe to the Stock Market Crash channel below, and also subscribe to the Crypto and Bitcoin Crash channel that I started. Have I not been spot on? Ladies and gentlemen, I mean, I'm not right about everything, but my God Almighty, have I not been one of the few voices in all of YouTube, my God Almighty, since last September telling the world through this channel that we're going to have a devastating crash, and we're seeing it now. Now I'm saying the crypto world is going to implode. It's going to make the Bernie Madoff, Enron fiascos look like nothing. Give me your thought. Unfortunately, and I say this with all due respect because there's a lot of great people in their 20s and 30s who will lose a great deal of money from this. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe right now. Be here in about 3 hours, 2 hours or so. Check this channel, ladies and gentlemen, every 2 hours or so for the uploads. And like I said, I'll try to do corresponding uploads on the Stock Market Crash channel and Bitcoin Crash channel. Every time you see a segment here, go to the Bitcoin channel and also the Stock Market Crash channels below in the pinned comment. Thanks so much.